Yo, what's going on, everybody? This your man Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I know it's been a while, good people, but here I am, and I'm about to bring you some news. So let's get right into it. Make sure my microphone okay. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Ladies and gentlemen, got a story that a few of you have sent me. Matter of fact, yesterday, quite a few of you have sent me this, and I mean quite a few of you. We have a story out in Texas where a mother stabbed her 5 children, killing 3, and this was after a CPS visit. Now, you know, I'd have done a lot of stories about CPS, but never I have done a story, not that I can recall, of a mother killing 8 children after a CPS came to visit. Now, I would say it's nothing out of the norm, I guess, but you know, this was supposed to be a surprise visit from the CPS. The mother who we are speaking of, let me make sure I got her name right. Let me see if I'm pronouncing it right. Shamaiya. Oh, I just had it in my face. Shamaiya Hall. Excuse me. Shamaiya Hall. Shamaiya Hall is the one that did it. You should see the pictures scrolling next to me. And yes, as the story is being portrayed, she has stabbed all of her children. Well, it might not be all of them, but she stabbed 5 of her children, and 3 of them was killed. And I'm looking at other links now as I'm doing this video to y'all. Okay, you see some saying after visit, but I'm looking at one that said she did it while the Child Protective Service was on visit. Wow, wow, you know. Either way it go, it's still tragic, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear what's going on here, okay?
And we begin with breaking news in Ellis County. 3 children found dead and 2 others rushed to a hospital with stab wounds. Sources tell us the suspect is the children's mother and is in custody tonight. Police have been at a home in Italy since 4 this afternoon. That's located off I-35, about 40 miles south of Dallas. WFAA's Matt Howerton joins us live after speaking to relatives and investigators tonight. Matt.
Yeah, Cynthia, I don't know how to say this here, but what happened here on this street in this tiny community behind me is simply unfathomable. A mother, police say, stabbing her own children, 3 of them to death. Police still on scene here tonight telling us that all this happened around 4 p.m. this afternoon. And believe me when I tell you, something like this that happened on this tiny street in this tiny community has sent a titanic shockwave through so many here in Italy, Texas. So far, what we know tonight, it is unknown what sparked the killings, but WFAA sources telling us the mother stabbed her children when a CPS worker who suspected the mom was having unsupervised visitations arrived at a home on the street where the children lived to check on everyone unannounced. The children, we were told, were living with another relative at the time. The kids living here under the supervision of another relative, as we said, police telling us that CPS worker called 911 when she found all of them dead. 3 of the children, all young, 2 more taken to the hospital. Their injuries unknown tonight. Police not saying much else. We don't know the name of the mother or what charges she's facing right now. Our cameras did capture a group praying outside the home moments ago. As we said, everyone here very upset, shocked. A relative who babysat the kids spoke with us tonight, saying she remembers holding the children like it was just yesterday.
And I just want everybody to know them are some beautiful angels. And I love them. And I know God never make no mistake. And I just want to say, they gained their wings. And this is something that hurts so bad.
And CPS sent us this statement tonight saying we are shocked by this incomprehensible tragedy and already working with law enforcement to investigate how this happened and why. As we said, this community rocked. A small vigil was held down the street after the killings to just stand for this family and this community, letting them know that they are with them at this time. News like this travels fast through a small town and everyone is feeling the hurt. This a major story, and a tragic one at that we'll be following for days, and we'll bring you more updates when we learn them. In Italy tonight, I'm Matt Howerton.
Wow, it's always, guys, sad story. It's always this is ridiculous, you know. And again, guys, this is not the first one, and it's sure in the hell it's not going to be the last one. It just seems like that every year, each one of them get worse and worse. Okay. Let me say this before I get into the next section of this. You know, when you got somebody like me and other content creators who do true crime or do things that involve children, I would like for people to understand, you know, I mean, even though these children are not ours, you know, it affects everybody, you know, because we don't want to see this happen to children. You know, like Whitney Houston said, rest her soul. I believe the children are our future, and I do believe that as well. But it seems like now a lot of them don't have a future because of things like this, you know. Now, I don't know if people can blame this on the CPS. I don't know, unless somebody know what was going on with her. Maybe they can give me more in-depth detail or why the CPS was there in the first place, other than, you know, she was having unsupervised visits, you know. But I'm pretty much sure there's probably going to be more to this story than just unsupervised visit, you know what I'm saying, for her to go that far with it, you know. 9 times out of 10, if I was to analyze it right now and say what the case may have been, she probably get ready to lose them. Okay, and it's probably one of them situations where she probably saying, you know, hey, if I can have my kids, then nobody can have them, even the CPS, you know. But that's just assumption. I don't know. Maybe what I'm going to play for y'all next is probably to go deeper into it. But I just want people to understand, man, you know, this stuff affects a lot of people, just like that lady right there, you know. I mean, this stuff affects a lot of people, especially if you're in that neighborhood. It affects them, man. Here's where the effects come in. Just like, again, I got to keep saying this. I'm an 80s baby. When you're in the neighborhood and you used to seeing little children, you know what I'm saying, it brightens up your day, even though we get on your nerves sometimes. Y'all fuss at us, y'all give us a butt whooping. Then when mom and dad come home, they give us a butt whooping here. Sometimes when granddad come home, grandma come home, they'll give us a butt whooping. But the thing is, though, the village is used to seeing their children. And it's a sad thing when they seen them like yesterday. But then the message today is they no longer here because their life had been taken away by anybody who has done it, you know. And that is a sad thing. I mean, they could be with anything. It could be a living animal, anything. Yesterday they could be doing just fine, and the next day come, they're no longer with us. You know, and that's the major impact that'll be having on people, you know, like me and that neighborhood, the community, or whatever you want to call it, man, you know. So, again, this is why I have a passion when it comes to children, and I have a passion when I hear people on this YouTube thing, they be dragging children, which I don't know. And then they say a lot of times you see it be women doing it, you know, and I don't get it because y'all are women, and you're the one that's supposed to give us life. Y'all are able to produce life. But yet I hear a lot of women, along with men, who sit on here and drag other people's children. But I don't know how children get involved in these conversations, but they do. And I understand the roast section. I understand the roast. But why do the children have to be pulled into it when a lot of these children are losing their life over stupid stuff, you know? And I get it. The goal is to say whatever I can to outdo you. I get it. But here's my thing, though. Why play in that game and dragging children, but get mad when people drag yours? So you want people to drag your children, they don't drag theirs. But, you know, but I guess even with that, you know, that's easier said than done. I don't know. I just don't see how a lot of you women do it. Y'all are able to give birth to us, but y'all are participating in dragging people's children, okay? Well, I just say this better y'all than me. I couldn't do it. I could do it. If nobody child did anything to me, there's no reason for me bringing nobody child up in this mess, all right? Because your children ain't got nothing to do with it. Even if you a piss poor mother, or a piss poor father, which I know a few of them, your children had no responsibility for that. That is totally your responsibility because you being irresponsible about your child. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to get to this right here because Shamaiya Hall has been arrested. And I'm going to have to refresh this, and I got to get past the ad. So give me just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Who is Shamaiya Hall? A North Texas woman arrested after allegedly killing 3 of her kids. Let's hear it.
25-year-old Shamaiya Hall, and she's in custody this morning, facing capital murder charges. Hall was booked in jail around 11 last night. Police say 2 of her other children were rushed to a hospital with stab wounds. Now, this all happened in the town of Italy, that's located off I-35, about 40 miles south of Dallas. As of now, we don't know what led up to this tragedy, but sources tell us Hall stabbed her children when a CPS worker arrived at the family home unannounced to check on everyone. We're told that CPS workers suspected Hall was having unsupervised visitation. The kids were living there under the supervision of another relative. Police tell us the worker called 911. All 3 of the children were elementary school aged. 2 more were taken to the hospital. We don't know the extent of their injuries right now. Now, as you can imagine, our crews on the scene tell us everyone there is very upset and they were shocked. A relative who babysat the kids spoke with us. She says she remembers holding the children as if it were yesterday.
And I just want everybody to know them are some beautiful angels. And I love them. And I know God never make no mistake. And I just want to say, they gained their wings. And this is something that hurts so bad.
CPS sent us this statement saying, "We are shocked by this incomprehensible tragedy and already working with law enforcement to investigate how this happened and why." We've also learned this morning Shamaiya Hall has been arrested before. Sources tell WFAA senior crime reporter Rebecca Lopez she was arrested back in 2017 for stabbing her sister's boyfriend. Her twin sister was also arrested in 2021 and charged with stabbing her 7-year-old daughter to death.
The sister too?
We're hearing for the first time from the Children's School District. The superintendent there says we are a tight-knit small community.
Wait a minute
and as
now.
such, many students will be in a tight-knit small community. And new overnight, we are here. Sources tell WFAA senior crime reporter Rebecca Lopez she was arrested back in 2017 for stabbing her sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
Her twin sister was also arrested in 2021 and charged with stabbing her 7-year-old daughter to death. And new
Her
overnight,
twin sister was also arrested in 2021 for stabbing her 7-year-old.
we are hearing for the first time from the Children's School District. The superintendent there says we are a tight-knit small community, and as such, many students will be impacted by this incident. She also says the district will have counselors available this morning at Stafford Elementary and all next week. This is a lot to take in and a major story you can imagine we will be following for several days.
Filing your tax
you know
return is
what?
different on Free Tax USA.
You know what, guys? This is why I tell y'all, man, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, man, you have to take a break from it. Now, the reason I've been gone long as I have, one, because I know my birthday just passed on Valentine's Day, and, I just been, just kind of been kicking it since then and whatnot. Then plus work, for those of you who know me personally, I've been putting in a lot of overtime at work and stuff, so, even stores I have
And we
gotten
begin
that I've
with
been
breaking
wanting to do,
news
but
in
then,
Ellis
sometimes I just get so tired to be like, you know what, I don't want to do it, because I'm tired, all right? But just so happened, I got a little time right now to do it. Well, I don't got much time, but I got a little time to do this, and just to hear that, that is wild right there, that she has a twin sister and did the same thing. So now, this is where you have to ask now, could it be a possibility that mental illness is playing a role in this? If her and her twin sister doing this, and here's the thing, and a lot of people probably don't like hearing this, but some people need a mental evaluation check before they have children. This is motherfucking ridiculous. It really is. Then Shamaiya stabbed her sister boyfriend. She just going around stabbing everybody. Ain't no children. Then it said her sister stabbed her twin sister. Man, good. My grandma used to always say, "Good God Almighty, man, what is really going on in our society of mothers today?" Well, let's go even further today. What's going on in our society of fathers today? All right? So, whoever was watching them, which I heard the man say it was a relative, I guess they was watching the kids or they was staying with the relative, one of the two. I had to do a little more digging into this and see exactly why all took place. But y'all heard what the man just said right there. You know, they was at a relative house and whatnot. She was there unsupervised. Mistake number one. Number one. CPS did a surprise visit, which, of course, I know about that, you know, because somebody got caught up in some mess while they were staying here. And again, CPS got called to my house twice. They did, you know, and again, I was embarrassed both times when they came to my house because I don't have any children, you know, so there's no reason for CPS to come to my house, you know. But however, the guy who was staying here, he has a child, and it was really called on him. But the fact of the matter is they have a CPS coming to my house, and I'm being brought up in the shit talking about I'm doing what they claim in the report that was doing was fucking foul and disgusting. It really was. And every time I think about that, I get pissed off about that, you know, because if somebody's helping y'all, man, don't bring your bullshit with you. Seriously, don't bring your bullshit with you. But some people, I guess, they just what comes with the territory. You help people, they bring luggage with them. And I guess there's just something I guess you just can't avoid. But with somebody with real good common sense, we'd be like, hey, man, you know, I ain't finna bring this shit to your doorstep. So whatever I got going on, make sure I get that far away from your home as excuse me, I want to try my best to get that as far away from your home as possible because you helping me. But everybody don't think like that, though, you know. So, hey, it is what it is. But CPS does a surprise visit, and here we go again. I really believe as the story developed, they're going to come out and say that she's probably on the verge of losing her children. That's probably what it was, because I just can't see no other way why she would do this unless somebody finna come out and say that she had mental illness or whatnot. You know, which I wouldn't be surprised somebody finna come out and say that. You know, and again, if you judge a book by its cover, if you just want to judge a book by its cover, you could probably look at her and say, yeah, by the way she's looking, she don't seem like she's wrapped too tight. But who knows? That's just judging a book by its cover. She may be perfectly sane. Who knows? Okay? But, see, here's the thing, guys, and we got to keep preaching this message. You have to be careful who you let around your children. It's the reason why this girl's supposed to have supervised visits. And yet again, somebody done dropped the ball, let this girl around her children, unsupervised, and look at the outcome. I heard somebody probably a couple of days ago said that they won't call the police on their family members, but if they see somebody else doing something, you know, they'll call it on them. And I spoke about that a couple of times on my streams. Why would you not report your family member who do something like this? But if somebody from the outside of the family do something like this, you report them with the quickness. But yet, if it's the family, you want to keep it all in the family. Why would you want to do that to somebody or give somebody a pass for doing this where they will have opportunity to do it again? These are children who we talking about. And you mean to tell me if a family member did this to their child, you just sit up here and overlook this? And that's another thing that's wrong with our society today. I get it. We don't want people to look at our family as a piece of shit. I get it. And I say this all the time. When it comes to moms and dads and their children and all that, they're not going to put their children out there like that because they don't want to put their children in a bad light. But however, though, this is why I say to that. I understand that. But, hey, you got to let that shit go. And you got to put them out there. In my opinion, at least you do. How would they learn if you don't teach them to face their fuck-ups? That's how a lot of us learn. We have to face our fuck-ups. So we out here killing, robbing, stealing, and everything in between. Why we sit up there and won't say nothing? I get it, because you know why? A lot of us benefit from it. So we allow them to do it. We benefit from it. So that's why we're not going to snitch on the family members. But if somebody from the outside of the family, even if you benefiting from what they doing, you will still go rat them out. And that's ass backwards to me. Why not be fair and call it out all around? Because it's wrong all the way around. It's not just wrong when an outside family member do it. It's wrong all around. All right? And I don't understand that train of thought. Because your family member is doing the same thing that you snitched on the outsider about. Okay? So, I would like somebody to answer that. If you want them type that say, hey, I'm not going to call the police on my folks, but if somebody else do it, I call the police on them, I would like to know why. Why would you not? If the crime is the same. I'm like this. I don't give a fuck who you is. If you do something like that, especially the children, and I see it, and you did it around me, and I'm aware of it, you damn right I'm finna rat your ass out. Why would I not rat your ass out and give you opportunity to do this to somebody else's children? Because if you do it to your own, do you know damn well you do this to somebody else's children when you feel in some type of way? It ain't no excuse. It ain't no, nah, I ain't gonna do it to their children. I ain't gonna do it to their children. No, it ain't none of that. They're just like somebody calling themselves exposing somebody. You'll expose me, but you'll spare somebody else. And they ask you the question, why'd you spare them? Just because. It ain't no just because. If they did the same thing that I done, and you feel like I need to be exposed for it, then it should be global. Whoever does it, it needs to be exposed. That doesn't make any sense. So if I run around and slap somebody's child, stab somebody's child, and it's my own, if I stab somebody's child, let alone I stab my own, what makes you think I won't have the thrill to do it to another child? And you go rat me out, but somebody else doing the same damn thing. Nah, we cool, man. I ain't gonna rat you out. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Same thing. They do the crime, they do the time. I do the crime, I do the time. Especially when it comes to children. But the world we live in, everybody don't think like me. They really don't. Everybody don't think like you. They don't. Everybody have their own thought process, and I guess in a sense, hey, they're just something we just have to live with. But I know what a lot of things that we don't have in common, and that's common sense. A lot of us don't have it. Common sense. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a developing story. It sounds like it's going to be a real fucked up one, too. Because these twin sisters, something going on. And it reminds me of them sisters who killed their mom, Yaz and Taz. I think that's their name. Y'all remember them? It's reminding me of them and all the stuff that they was doing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this, or you have more info on this. Please don't hesitate to share it with me. On your man, Chris Storms. See y'all next time. Peace.